So the very first vault symbol that we are going to get in the FadeFields, we're going to fast travel to the stockroom and we're going to look all the way south on the coastal bonescape. And this one is going to be at the very top of a crash infected building. So gonna have to kind of watch out for that. I actually believe I go down in this clip. It's a little tricky to get up to. This doesn't really have a straightforward path to get to the top, and Echo 4 kind of just tells you go up, which, I mean, we're gonna have long discussions, but you actually want to go up on the left side of here. I go up on the right trying to figure it out. This was the first time I got it too, so bear with me a little bit. So you can't go that way. Come around toward the east end of the building. You can kind of jump up in here, jump up the roof, and it's gonna be right here on the right once you get up higher. And there is our very first mid to the vault symbols. And as I thought, I went down. So back to the stock room, we actually have two of them over here inside this Ripper camp. Plunge forward, and there's going to be one inside of a building that you kind of have to go around-ish to kind of get into, and you have to go down a set of stairs. And the other one is just right on like the side of a cliff. So we're going to get the one in the building first. That's going to be a little trickier. So real quick with these vault symbols, I want to mention right now is that every single vault symbol, when you get close to it, they will appear on your compass. They will appear on your map. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're easy to get to. And I feel like this is a pretty good example because, once again, Echo 4 kind of sucks at like precise navigation. It will kind of lead you to the right area. And you probably could figure this one out because it's going to say up on the compass right there. But it's, I mean, look what it's telling you to just go right into the wall. But yeah, you have to go up there. So grapple up here. And you're going to have to go up those steps to our right. You might be able to jump it from there, but if you go to this right, you're definitely going to be able to get it. And you're going to jump from here, jump onto the building. There you go. And we're actually going to go down some stairs. I feel like your instinct is to go up. You actually want to go down, hang a right, and there it is. You also can kind of hear it once you get kind of close. So the next one that we're going to grab, we're going to go straight from this spot to the next one because they're very close together. If you're going to get one, you might as well get the other. So basically, you're basically just going to go east. I tried to go through that window there. You can't go through that window. Oh yeah, there's a JP Easter egg there. I don't really know what JP means. I feel like I should, and I feel like I've seen it, but at the current moment, I don't remember what it is. But if you go from the plunge forward, I just keep kind of going through the camp to the east, kind of jump up onto this cliff. There it is. This one's very easy to see right there and out in the open. Another really easy one to get here from the launch pad is actually inside the town, very close to where you actually spawn up when you fast travel, which is where I'm at right now. So hang a left, kind of follow the route, go right down these steps, take a left here. So it's actually going to be down inside this little room. There's a ladder you can kind of go down, little hidden away, but this one you should be able to find. Echo 4 actually figures it out pretty quickly, and there is the next vault symbol. Okay, for the next one, you're going to start once again from the launch pad. You're going to work your way over to Horus's Oversight. If you don't know what Horus's Oversight is, you go to this very early in the main story, so there's a good chance you've actually already come across this one. Basically, this one is hidden behind of a vent. You just grapple off the vent, and then you walk in, and then there's going to be like a room, but it's going to be pretty easy to see once you get into it. So, hop on this road here. Follow the road right on through to Horus's Oversight. It's about 700, maybe 800 meters away from the launch pad. It's not too far, but not too close either. So here we are, arrived at Horus's Oversight. There's going to be a lot of order here. It's kind of like an order base. Trying to use the lights, or I'm not really sure what they are. I said lights, but maybe they're not lights. The grapple points to kind of make me fling faster. If you kind of grab them, you can kind of fling yourself across the map, but you know, it's binding the same button as melee, so some weird things happen. But you're basically gonna get to the stairwell, kind of walk on through this. There is the vent, rip it off, jump through, and it's gonna be right to our right. Basically the only thing in this little hidden room. There might be one of those optional objectives in here, I don't remember. So now we're going to start from the Someday Rise safe house. And we're going to go and we're going to kind of jump across to this dam area. This one's a little further away from where we actually want to go to. But see this little dam? I believe it's called, what is it? Something Gate, right? I'll see what it is here in a minute once we get to it. Watershed Gate. All right, I knew I was close. Basically, just kind of follow the road on through. This one, I believe, is also in a building. So yeah, if you find this crawler, you're basically there. You may have already done the crawler. I haven't done any of the crawlers yet, so stand by for those ones. It's in this building right here. This one's pretty easy to grab. You just kind of jump up to the top floor of this building. Kind of half-burnt building, and there it is. Vault symbol. Okay, for this next one, you're going to go from Zadra's backup plan, and I'm not really sure if this is the fastest route to get to. Zadra's plan, while it seemed like the closest spot on the map, is kind of tucked away in a tunnel. You have to walk out in order to actually get to this, because this one's actually well above where Zadra actually is, and there's a lot of enemies here. See, we got a lot of threshers around. Not exactly the most fun enemies to fight, so kind of just ignore them. Come on out here to Islanders Noose. So it's going to want you to go straight up here. This is a extremely difficult thing that to grapple to. Like, it doesn't really allow itself to be grappled. I'm trying to figure out a way to get up there. Once again, Echo 4 just tells you to go straight up, which, you know, naturally. I tried jumping up here and jumping close. Didn't quite get her. So then I'm going to try a vehicle jump here. And I don't think that works either. Try a vehicle catapult. And then I get really close. And I mantle onto something and I jump up, and I kind of got lucky because I bounced off the rock and got up here. But yeah, you get here and there's gonna be these arrows you kind of follow. If you played any other Borderlands games, you know these types of arrows just kind of lead you to the way you want to go. So just keep making your way up here. I believe there's a bunch of crashed ships or something up here called the Stubs. Kind of hang to your right. I jumped in the vehicle, try to make myself go a little bit quicker. It's basically just on the side of a broken vehicle. I think it's a ship. I'm not really too sure. It almost looks like a thruster now that I see it. But boom, there you go. There's the vault symbol we were looking for. Not sure if Zadra's is the fastest place to get to. You might be able to jump from this location to Deep 7 Order Silo, which is where we're going to jump for the next one. So I actually found the easiest way to get this vault symbol is to actually jump up to it from a distance. I couldn't actually figure out how to get up this building that it's in right next to the building. So I jumped from the vehicle and then I just glided my way into the room. And I found this to be the best way to do it. Screw any sort of mantling or parkour, just jump right there, man. Boom, glide into the room. There's your vault symbol. Really like that one. I don't know why. I felt accomplished when I grabbed that one. So for our next vault symbol, this one is another one that is in a Ripper camp. It's another one that's also in a building of a Ripper camp. So you're going to have to do some climbing, figuring out how to get inside. So we're going to start from the Someday Rise safe house here. Fastest fast travel that is currently to it. I think I get stuck. I don't know what happened with physics there, but it kind of broke. The thing that sucks, this was just kind of is a bit of a drive, but if you follow this road, and you're going to have to hang a right, you'll get to it. So you're going to follow this path until you see this little area between these two cliffs over here. This is where the Ripper camp that you want to go to is. I believe this is the fastest way to get to it. This one actually isn't that bad. I initially thought, oh, you're going to have to kind of go around across that bridge right there to get to it. No, there's actually a grappling spot right there. So just grapple on up, jump on the stairs, go up the stairs. And I was a little confused. I was thinking maybe it was on the roof. No, it's actually inside this room, inside of an attic up here. So we're gonna have to make one more jump. I thought maybe it was right here. No, it's actually right above me. And it's actually very obvious once I figure it out. I feel pretty dumb. I should have cut this, but I'm not going to. This is real life, people. All right, mantle up here, and there it is. So this next one is where the oppressor boss is inside the killing floors. And this one is very close to another safe house, which is that part's nice. It's easy to navigate to. But it might be a little tricky if you don't remember how to actually get inside the killing floors. Now, if you remember the main story, there's a part where you have to, maybe there's a spoiler, but there's a part where you have to dump something on you to advance. It's pretty early in the story, so if you forget it, I don't blame you. But you're gonna have to redo that in order to actually get to this vault symbol. So drive over to the killing floors and just kind of go through the map. This is what I was talking about earlier with the grappling spots. You can kind of use it to fling you. So we arrive here at the main spot we have to go through. So there's going to be an elevator that you can go up, but you cannot go up this elevator till you're covered in blood and guts. I kid you not. I can't believe it made you do it again. But you're going to run over here to this conveyor belt, not up there, but down here. And there is a hole right there. You're going to pull the lever. You're going to see this little overlay on your screen that's kind of red. That tells you that you are currently covered. Now you're going to run back and it will scan you, and then you'll be able to go up the elevator. That is in case you don't remember how to do it. If you do remember how to do it, then that part is kind of nonsense to you, but I feel like that is very easy to forget. Simply because it was just so early in the story. So another thing about this particular vault symbol is that if you did the story at all, you're probably going to have this one, because you have to go to this spot in order to continue the story. This is a mandatory location. So it gets a little tricky for me at first because I don't remember this area too well. You only have to go here once the whole game. But once I saw it, I was like, oh, I've seen this before. It's very early in the game. I think it's even before it even opens up the actual whole map. That's how early this is. So you're going to climb up here, go along the path, kind of follow the wind horns through. There's going to be a vent here. Go on through. And if you remember this part of the story, it's on the other side of this glass. Just walk in the door. You have to come in here for the main story. So if you miss it, there it is again. But if you happen to do the story, I mean, look out for it. So now we got two more inside Fortress Indomita. I don't think I ever actually saw what the name of this fortress was until just now. This is the place where Islater Soul is. I've kind of come here and farmed a lot on my Rafa because I really like the Golden God. If you don't know what the Golden God is, it's a weapon that it's a shotgun that basically can shoot almost indefinitely if with the right build. And I'm a big fan of that. It's one of my favorite guns in the game. Probably the one I use the most. That is neither here nor there though. Basically you just kind of run through the map. This one is a little hard to find. It does kind of try to trick you. So I've actually noticed, despite the FadeFields being the first area in the game you go to, the vault symbols in particular try to kind of trick you the most. I feel like majority of the vault symbols are pretty easy to find, and for some reason the FadeFields are the only ones that are kind of tucked away and hidden. There's a couple others, don't get me wrong, but the FadeFields to me feel like it's the one that's the most. Anyway, just kind of make your way through the map. If you don't remember how to get through the map, this is how you do it. Come up here, you're going to jump over to this side. So once you get right here, you're going to notice that Echo 4 says, go through the wall, because that's what it does the best. Can't be reliable at all. So I initially thought, oh, maybe you have to go up here, kind of jump on something. No, that's not what you do. So there's actually a vent along the main path over here. So if you jump over to this platform, which is the main way to go, even though it's kind of tucked away, it's very strange. And if you make it to this room over here, you've actually gone too far. You've gone past it. So if you make it to this room, you're going to notice, oh, it's still not there. That's weird. And Echo 4, once again, being completely pointless. So you actually have to backtrack just a little bit. Come out that door. And there's going to be a vent right there. You're going to rip open the vent, and it'll lead you to a secret room with the vault symbol. Right there. That one actually, I think, took me the longest to figure out. I kid you not. The second one, this one's pretty easy to miss, but it's also pretty easy to get. Just go along the main path. We're going to continue on from the last vault symbol. So you're gonna go up this elevator that actually leads you to Soul. So hit the big red button to go up. I'm not too sure if Echo 4 actually sees the button. So if you couldn't find the button, it's right there. There are some locations in this game where Echo 4 doesn't see a button or something, and you kind of get lost and kind of just run around in circles. I feel like this one's probably a little easier though. All right, so once you're up here, just ignore the enemies. Just keep following along the beaten path till you find this broken bridge area, which the game wants you to go to the right. You're actually going to go to the left of the broken bridge. So here's the bridge I was talking about. So we're actually going to go behind that tree that's up there. So we're going to continue on, grapple up, jump across the bridge, mantle up one ledge, mantle up another ledge, and then I initially tried to jump through the tree. It's an invisible wall, but you can just walk around it. And there is your vault symbol.